Warren. Thank you, Madam President, for the opportunity to explain why I will be voting no on House Bill 5711. Many of you know that I spent 7 years of my career working for a women's reproductive health care nonprofit. Each year through my tenure there, and every year now in the legislature, we have faced the often overlooked but clearly concerted chipping away of our fundamental right to choose. In that time, many of us in the choice community have been accused of claiming that the sky is falling. After all, Roe v. Wade has remained the law of the land, so what do a few more regulations really mean? Well, women in Michigan, I hope you're paying attention because today, the sky has fallen. House Bill 5711 is a shameless, backdoor attempt to shut down women's reproductive health care clinics in this state and to make it impossible for women to access safe and legal health care. Plain and simple. Some of my colleagues will try to disagree, but this legislation is clearly not about the health of women and their families. If that were the case, we would be looking together for ways to improve on the F failing grade Michigan received on the National Report Card for Women's Health, or the 40th place ranking we received out of all of the states for infant mortality, and the 36th place ranking we received for low birth weight of our babies here in Michigan. This legislation addresses none of that. And ironically, this legislation is not about reducing the need for abortion. Time and time again, we have reached out and sought your help in improving access to birth control, family planning services, and comprehensive sexuality education, the policies that have been shown time and time again to actually reduce unintended pregnancies and thus the need for abortion. And time again, we have been rebuffed in favor of these dangerous and punitive tactics. And finally, this legislation is not about improving patient care or safety. In fact, abortion care is already subject to the same regulations as physicians' offices and facilities providing services like oral surgery and colonoscopies. Implementing these additional onerous regulations will only stand to increase healthcare costs for patients and drive healthcare providers out of practice. And so, I can only speculate that that is exactly what you seek to do. And in that case, you may feel that you have made great progress today. But the women of Michigan will face the grave consequences of this legislation with their dignity, their health, and even their lives at stake. And even if they aren't watching today, they will pay attention and they will remember. I ask that my comments be printed in the journal as my no vote explanation. Thank you, Madam President.